The permission of my Lord, the Honorable the Chief Justice, may I now request the learned President of the High Court Bar Association to commence his speech.
My Lord Chief Justice and respected judges of this Honorable Court, the Learned Advocate General, the Chairman Bar Council, the Public Prosecutor, the Assistant Solicitor General, the Chairman Bar Council, the law officers of the state, the senior advocates and my colleague advocates and staff of the High Court. Today we have assembled here with a great sense of sorrow to pay homage to late T. Balreddy Garu, senior advocate and a renowned personality at the bar, who left to heavenly abode on 22nd August 2021. Late Balreddy Garu, born on 22/4/1931 in Jalalapuram village, Singanamala Mandal of Anantapuram district. He had his schooling and college education in Anantapur district. He completed his law from Pune University. He started initially his practice in law in Composite Madras High Court. He joined the office of late Justice Sri O. Chinnapareddy Garu. Consequent to the formation of the separate Andhra state in November 1953, Balreddy Garu shifted his practice to High Court of Andhra at Guntur and from there to High Court of Andhra Pradesh at Hyderabad. Thereafter he continued his practice in the same office till his senior was elevated as Judge of High Court of Andhra Pradesh in 1967. Late Balreddy Garu is one of the finest advocates of Composite High Court and he is an authority on criminal law. He propagated the theory of social justice and most of the time he fought for the cases of weaker sections and also of the economically poor. He argued hundreds of cases in this manner for those who were remanded in criminal cases and were unable to get bail. Late Balreddy Garu and C. Padmanabh Reddy Garu, another well-known criminal advocate of our bar, were worked together as office colleagues in late Justice O. Chinnapareddy Garu's office, and both were bosom friends and they were exemplary for the friendship. All the places where they practiced, that is in Madras, Guntur and Hyderabad, they were resided in side-by-side houses and they sent a message to the bar as to their affection on each other. Late Balreddy Garu is an advocate of high qualities and high standards. He is very simple and sober and always courteous to the bar and the bench. He never lost his cool at any point of time and always appear with smiling face. One must learn his great qualities to become a successful lawyer in profession. He had good number of colleagues in his office. Some among them are Sri T. Niranjan Reddy, senior advocate presently practicing in both the high courts, Sri Konet Raja Reddy, Sri B.D. Maheshwar Reddy, Sri P. Govind Reddy, presently working as a GP, and etc. Apart from that, Justice K. Suresh Reddy, sitting judge of our High Court, is also one of the colleagues of late Balreddy Garu. He survived his two sons, T. Vijay Kumar, chartered accountant, and T. Naresh Kumar, who is an engineer. His legal acumen is exemplary and his sudden demise is an unfilled gap to the bar and bench. On behalf of myself and also on behalf of the advocates fraternity, I extend my deepest condolences to the bereaved family and I pray the Almighty to give strength to them to bear the unfilled loss. I also pray the Almighty to rest his soul in peace.
The permission of my Lord, the Honorable the Chief Justice, may I now request the learned Advocate General to commence his speech.
The Honorable the Chief Justice, Honorable Judges, Registrars of the Court, President Bar Association, Chairman Bar Council, Assistant Solicitor General, Government Law Officers, Senior Counsel, and the Advocate Fraternity. All the accomplishments of the learned Senior Counsel, Mr. T. Balreddy, have been enlisted by the President Bar Association. What was remarkable about that generation of lawyers was the profound impact they would have on the proceedings of the court and also the bar at large, which they would mold by their exemplary behavior. I have also found that great men shaped by events which changed their lives also allowed those events to characterize their personality with the required degree of accommodation, personal warmth, and humility. Part of what we used to call the Mehdi group, Mr. T. Balreddy and Mr. Padmanabh Reddy, epitomized the character of advocacy which could be impactful without having to be loud, which can be persuasive while the tone and tenor can be humble, and importantly raised the bar, metaphorically and otherwise, by cultivating an accessible personality about themselves. Each one of the colleagues who had been a part of that office, not limited to the ones who were under the direct tutelage of the senior, but all other counsel who would go to engage the senior counsel, Mr. Balreddy, would be touched by the remarkable compassion he would have for the poor and the needy, and those who perhaps need to have their day in court, without regard to the challenges of having to secure access to the best legal counsel. Mr. Balreddy, in solidarity with Mr. Padmanabh Reddy, stood for what could be seen as the guiding light for all the people in the bar to secure excellence in their respective fields, and at the same time being accessible to the needy. I have been particularly a recipient of a lot of affection from the Mehdi group. While I've had no introduction to the criminal law early on in life, and not anything substantially even after that, each one of the colleagues of Mr. Balreddy's and Mr. Padmanabh Reddy's would have a kind word and an interaction with me, which kind of made many of us, not limited to myself, earn a sense of belonging to the profession, even though unheralded and unspoken of. One of these sterling tributes that could be paid to Mr. T. Balreddy is the continuance of the age-old Gurukula tradition to the bar, where all the members of the office would have lunch together and then head to office in a convoy of cars. it was continued for a fairly long duration. And then there were many stories spoken of about the wonderful time all the colleagues in the office would have in the company of the senior. That a lawyer's life does not have to be unidimensional and need not be overawed by what happens in the first 5 days of the week was shown by example by the Putnam group. All of them would look forward to being at a particular place on the Friday evenings, which came to be synonymous to all the seniors indulging the juniors in a fraternizing atmosphere, and the juniors also getting an opportunity to let go of a little of their steam at whatever could be hurting us or hurting them during the course of working. It was a near perfect system of camaraderie and a sense of oneness with all the things that could go on in the profession, and let not the attainments of the profession get ahead of us. The friendship between Mr. Bal Reddy and Mr. Padmanabh Reddy is a continuing testimony to how friendships can survive in this profession while being in the same field of law and also at the same place of work for more than 50 years. The legacy of this office is continued with quite a few Putnamites being on the bench already and a few more likely to, and the rest of the criminal bar, including 2 in my team, assisting the criminal law enforcement machinery of the state, also being drawn from his office. In fond remembrance of my own interactions with Mr. Bal Reddy, and also in memory of all the good things that are capable of being achieved while being humble, human, soft, and respectful, I pay a tribute to the learned senior for being the testimony to all the succeeding generations of the bar to excel, to compete, to achieve and accomplish without having to sacrifice the basic roots that they come from. On behalf of the fraternity, I pray Almighty that the late senior attains his Sadgati, and the family the fortitude to bear with the loss.
I now request, my Lord, the Honorable the Chief Justice to commence the speech.
Esteemed sister and brother judges, Learned Advocate General, President AP High Court Bar Association, Chairman Bar Council of Andhra Pradesh, Additional Advocates General, Assistant Solicitor General of India, Public Prosecutor, Law Officers, Learned Senior Advocates and members of the Bar, Officers of the Registry, family members of late P. Reddy, ladies and gentlemen. We are virtually assembled to mourn the sad demise of Sri Tarimala Reddy, Senior Advocate, erstwhile High Court of Andhra Pradesh and Common High Court of Judicature at Hyderabad for the state of Telangana and the state of Andhra Pradesh, who left us for the heavenly abode on 22/8/2021. His demise is a great loss, not just to the members of the family, but to the entire legal fraternity. P. Reddy was born on 22/4/1931 in Jalalapuram village, Singanawala Mandal of Anantapur district. He had his school and college education in Anantapur district and completed his law from Pune University. He started his practice in the composite Madras High Court and joined the office of late Honorable Justice O. Chinnappa Reddy. consequent upon formation of separate Andhra state in November 1953, he shifted his practice to the High Court of Andhra in Guntur, and from there to Hyderabad after formation of state of Andhra Pradesh. He continued his practice in the same office till his senior was elevated as a judge of the High Court of Andhra Pradesh in 1967. Thereafter, he started independent practice and soon acquired a very good reputation as a lawyer. He specialized in criminal law, and I am informed that he used to receive letters from prisoners in jails, which he took up without charging any fees. It speaks volumes of the person that he was. I am told that he was a close associate of late Sri Padmanabha Reddy, and both of them were called go-to advocates in criminal cases. I am also told that he was a very soft-spoken and kind-hearted man and encouraged the junior advocates to excel in the profession. He had practiced for more than 60 years in the erstwhile High Court of Andhra Pradesh and Common High Court of Judicature at Hyderabad for the state of Telangana and the state of Andhra Pradesh. He had also served as president of AP High Court Advocates Association in 1995-96. He is survived by two sons, Sri P. Vijay Kumar, a chartered accountant, and Sri T. Naresh Kumar, an engineer. I, on my personal behalf, and on behalf of my sister and brother judges, convey our deep condolences to the members of the bereaved family. We pay our respectful homage to the departed soul and pray to Almighty that his soul may rest in eternal peace and to bestow strength to the members of the bereaved family to bear the irreparable loss. As a mark of respect to the departed soul, I request all to observe silence for 1 minute. The court work for the remaining day shall remain suspended.